how to transition from a third dimensional to fifth dimensional reality. And what does that even mean? When we're talking about dimensions, we're talking about a vibrational shift, which means we are referring to a vibrational shift in your reality and in your body. So when you shift into the fifth dimension, you're shifting into the vibration and frequency of your heart. You're aligning more to your soul and your higher self, and you're co-creating, birthing, manifesting, and creating from this space, from this state. So your fifth dimensional reality is aligned to your soul and higher self. It is you birthing and creating in the feminine way. You are utilizing your feminine gifts, you're anchoring your soul purpose, and you're of greater service to humanity in some way. So I'd say that what is considered the third dimensional reality is anything that is not that. So the third dimensional reality is more of a conventional day-to-day sort of routine, whereas your fifth dimensional reality is more guided by the universe and your own feminine state of being. You have to be open in your feminine gifts in order to co-create with the universe. So it's a feminine way of co-creation. You have to be open in your feminine gifts to listen to your higher self, listen to the guidance of your soul, to be open in your heart so you can actually receive that wisdom, to actually take that action in alignment to your soul and higher self. And so this is all part of you opening up your divine feminine gifts and the connection to your feminine essence, your feminine wisdom, and accessing your psychic abilities. But I don't want to say it's completely psychic, because psychic to me is someone who can be very open here, but still be disconnected in their body. What I'm referring to is to actually be connected to your body and grounded into the earth. This is key for birthing your fifth dimensional reality. Is you need to be grounded and in your body. If you're out of your body and ungrounded, not much can manifest from this state. So you're rooted and anchored in your body, and you're feeling what feels right. You're feeling into those actions, those decisions, those pathways, and you're being guided through your feeling, through your heart, through your soul. Your soul speaks to you through your heart. And so your heart needs to be open, and you need to be able to feel in order to hear your soul, in order to hear your higher self. And so how do you connect deeper to your heart and to your soul? It is through stillness, through actually connecting to your body through stillness, to take a moment of silence and actually just feel yourself for a moment, just to tap into your heart for a moment, to check in with yourself. How am I feeling right now? Am I okay? And it's about coming out the head and into the body to actually just tap in and just feel. And this is how you connect deeper to your body and how you support yourself to feel safe in your body. And you need to feel safe in your body in order to be able to birth, to create, to manifest. Because birthing and creating comes through your lower chakras. It comes through your yoni, your womb, if you have a female body. Those are the portals to your birthing, to your creativity. And it really does come through the root chakra as well, because the root chakra is all about feeling safe in the physical world. And if there's any kind of fears here, then it's going to be very difficult to be able to manifest and bring out your light, your spiritual gifts, which is your ultimate true self. A lot of fears can come up around that, because to bring out your true self can bring up fears of judgment, fears of abandonment, rejection, and so many other things that can be playing out in your head. And this is you breaking through the restrictions and limitations of your mind and your old patterning to be able to create a space where it's safe enough to birth and show your light to the world, to show your gifts, to be your true self. So I say also what is required in order to transition from the third to the fifth dimension is to really devote yourself to emotional healing and emotional clearing. That you're regularly tapping into yourself, you're somatically releasing any emotions, you're journaling, you're actually moving through the stuckness and the blocks that's within your body. This is really, really important, because if you're not moving through your emotional self, this is what creates stuckness in your reality. So if you're ever feeling stuck in any way, this means that your emotional self is stuck. This means you've got emotional blockages that you need to feel. This means you need to tap into your emotional body. And if you're feeling a bit stuck around doing that for yourself, it is really beneficial to have someone to hold space for you so that you can feel the truth of your emotions. It's what highly supported me on my journey, and I know it can highly support anyone who is ready for the next level of their soul's purpose and their greater path to bringing in their fifth dimensional reality. It's all about being devoted to your own self-healing journey and receiving all the support that you need in order to fulfill that. You may be at a place where you already have the spiritual skills and spiritual gifts, and now you're trying to bring them more into the physical world. And first of all, I'd like to say that if you're not practicing these skills already, I'd highly recommend you start practicing the skills that you have. Because when you practice your skills more and more, even if it's just on friends and family, or it could be on a donation basis, this actually helps you to develop and grow in your soul's purpose. The very thing that can be holding you back is that you're not practicing the skills that you already have to allow them to evolve and develop so you can have greater clarity on how you want to express your gifts and serve others. So what other lessons you're learning right now are the very attributes, the very lessons that you need in order to translate that into a spiritual business one day, or into your fifth dimensional reality in some way, and however you're going to be expressing your gifts and being able to manifest abundance in alignment to your spiritual gifts. All of this requires you to master your reality. Have you mastered your boundaries? Are you speaking your truth? Are you honoring your authentic self? Are you listening to your body? Are you actually breaking through those limitations and restrictions in the moment? Are you having the fearlessness to speak up in work, or to your boss, or to your colleagues? Are you speaking your truth to your family and to your friends? Are you showing your true self? Are you honoring and respecting your needs each and every day? So all of these are lessons and initiations into making that transition from the third to the fifth dimension. You need to master your reality as to where you are right now. So all the circumstances, the people, the environment, the dynamics, this is all about you learning to be in your true self, to be authentic, to hold your power, hold your light. You have to pass through those initiations first, because down the road, when you want to hold a greater space for people in whatever way that may be, or if you want to hold your own structure, your own business, your own fifth dimensional temple, that's going to require all of those skills around being in your power, honoring your boundaries, respecting yourself, being able to hold space for others, being able to communicate authentically through your heart, to be able to speak your boundaries with love and truth. All of these skills and more is what is required in the next level of your reality. Another aspect that is going to highly support your transition is to invest in yourself, to invest in one-on-one support, invest in courses, invest in learning new skills, in developing your spiritual muscle, your spiritual self. All of this is a part of you collecting the attributes, the gifts, the lessons, the wisdom, the learnings that you need in order to then facilitate and make the changes that you want to make in your own reality. And so investing in yourself is so important, because it's a part of this process of growth. I've invested so much in myself from my early 20s. That's when my spiritual journey started, which is almost 20 years ago. That is when my spiritual journey started, investing in myself, in working with healers, working with people holding space for me, learning new skills in so many different spiritual aspects and attributes. I loved doing that. It was part of my greatest joy, was to be in workshops and to learn and to grow and to gain my own inner wisdom. And so investing in yourself is really important, no matter how small that may be to you, even if it's just one session a month. It's so important to be devoted to this process, because you cannot just grow and master alone. It's just too difficult, it's too hard, and it's the slow way. I recommend a balance of working on yourself, mastering yourself, and working with somebody else or a few other people. And so I like the balance of 50-50, and depending on where you're at, you may want to adjust those percentages as to how much you master yourself and how much you have others support you. But what has greatly accelerated my path is the continual investment in myself, to work with people who have already mastered 1,000 steps beyond I have, who can show me the way. This is what many of the Ascended Masters did, Yeshua did, Mary Magdalene did. So many other masters in their previous incarnations worked with their greater teachers. And so this is so important, is to find your teacher and to work with them, to devote to your path of spiritual growth and mastery. This is how you can accelerate and transition with greater ease and with greater flow and greater understanding, wisdom, and mastery. And whilst you're in this process, it's also important to recognize what your greater vision is. What is it that you would like to bring into your reality? What kind of reality do you want to live? So it's about creating a vision for your fifth dimensional reality. What does your fifth dimensional reality look like? What are you doing each day when you wake up? Do you have time for yoga or meditation in the morning? And what time would you like to start work? And what kind of work do you want to do? What brings you the joy? What kind of people do you want to serve? So as you're going on this process of exploring, of growing, of developing, you're also gaining clarity and refinement as to the fifth dimensional reality that you want to create for yourself and what that actually looks like. Do you want to be living in a different country or working from your laptop or traveling the world? There are just so many expansive things, so many expansive attributes that you can bring into this reality that you can start setting intentions for. And so it's important to have that greater vision because you're showing the universe what you want. And it's also giving you motivation to keep going on your path, to keep being devoted and invested in your work and in expressing your gifts and anchoring your purpose. All of these things requires commitment and devotion and persistence. And so I want to invite you now to take a moment to close your eyes as we go on a journey to explore your fifth dimensional vision. And just take a moment to release all thoughts, feelings, and concerns into the light. And you drop your mind down into your heart. Feel your feet rooting down to the crystal core of Mother Earth. And you may like to place your left hand on your heart and your right hand on your sacral space. This is optional if you'd like to connect deeper to your body and help you to ground into your body. And just connecting into the gifts, the skills, and the things that you love to express, the things that make you feel passion and creative fire, a spark of light, a spark of energy, a spark of excitement. Feeling into those feelings of what it'd be like to have this freedom in your reality to manifest and express your gifts in your own way, and what that looks like. When you wake up in the morning in this fifth dimensional reality, what is your daily routine? What is your ideal, completely free and expansive daily routine that supports you to bring in abundance and be of service, but also have plenty of time to devote to yourself? What does that look like to you? Take a moment to really envision that and allow yourself to really just create that vision however you want without any limitations. Don't think about, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that. No, we're going to remove all those limitations and restrictions, create a blank canvas, and you're going to create your ideal reality on that blank canvas in whatever way you want. So you're allowed to dream and have whatever you want. Envision that now. How do you want to feel when you wake up in the morning? How do you want to feel during the day? Also connecting to the feeling, not only the activity, but the feeling. And feel free to explore, like I say, anything that you want. There are no limits to what you can birth and create. And it's not about the how. Don't think about how am I going to do this. Just bring in what you want. Forget about the how. It doesn't matter. I don't care how many blocks you think are in the way. Put that to the side and just bring in whatever you truly desire. And run through your entire daily routine, and you may also like to feel into where you're living. How are you bringing in abundance to support your lifestyle? What gifts are you expressing? Which people are you serving? And just expand into those feelings of joy, expansion, creativity, and the limitless possibilities of this reality, of being free to choose your own time, your own schedule. Having time for things that you love to do. And let the universe know these are your intentions. This is what you want to birth and create. Let your soul and higher self know. This is what I want to birth and create. And now set the intent to anchor this vision into the earth. Bring it into the physical reality. You may want to take those visions into your hands and place them down into the earth, grounding and anchoring them into the physical reality, supporting you to birth those visions in divine timing. As you seed them, you plant the seeds into the ground. And now you set the intent to stay open to your soul and higher self's guidance, to make this vision come to life. And just taking a moment to be of gratitude and give thanks to your soul and higher self. And slowly, when you're ready, opening your eyes and coming back. And so you may like to write down your vision and have it pinned up somewhere. You may like to put it in your journal. You may like to expand on that vision a little bit more after this practice. So go ahead and do that now and really connect into that to remind yourself of that motivation and what you're working towards, to devote to your path of inner healing and releasing those restrictions, because that's what's required. It's required that you work through those deeper fears and restrictions and blocks in order to now birth this vision. So if you'd like further support on your soul and priestess path, you can check out my other videos in my channel. Also, if you're ready to master your path and really anchor your priestess gifts and your own spiritual business, your spiritual temple, come and join me inside my Temple of Sophia Priestess School, where we will go on a journey to really activate your priestess gifts, birth your fifth dimensional reality, anchor your soul's purpose, and create your temple, create your spiritual business. You can find out more in the caption below. Many blessings.